Allie is in the bed with the flu. And she's been running 102-degree temperature most of the day. I can get it down to about 100, 101, but it doesn't come down much further than that. So okay, we're getting more people coming on. So she started getting sick yesterday morning, and I took her to urgent care this morning, and she definitely has the flu. So she had COVID around Christmas, and then she got that horrific stomach bug right after that, and now she's got this. So she doesn't never get sick, but she is sick. She is sick right now. So I am her replacement. So just bear with me just for a little bit. Who else do we have here? That may be it. All right. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things. One is the importance of strength training. Let me just ask this: how many of you do cardio in addition to your workout? You do cardio? Anybody do cardio? Okay. Nobody's talking. I saw you raise your hand, Dorothy. Do you do it in the beginning or do you do it at the end?
Okay, I do it.
Okay. Who's talking?
Oh, sorry, this is Licia from Barbados.
Oh, awesome. Let me see something. Okay. Do you do cardio before or after your strength training?
Okay, so I will do some light jogging before strength training, and then 2 days of the week that I don't do strength training, I do water aerobics.
Okay. Okay. So let me let me explain this to you. I did a live on this. I don't know if any of you saw it, but here we go. What are you eating?
Steak.
Awesome. Okay. Allie's in the bed. She has the flu.
So you're going to hurt me tomorrow.
Probably.
Okay.
I'm trying to get everybody fit in, to be perfectly honest. I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I think I got it.
Well, just let me know. I'm flexible.
Well, no, I'm not gonna have you miss.
No, I'm flexible in the times.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have a problem with your time.
Okay.
Okay. So when you do cardio, you are burning calories as you do it. Okay. If you're doing 30 minutes, you're burning calories those 30 minutes. When you step off of that treadmill or elliptical or bike, whatever it is, your metabolism really slows down really, really fast, like within 30 minutes. So it's back to burning at a slow rate. Okay? I'm not saying cardio is bad. It's not bad. But when you strength train and you really, really push and you go to failure, your body is going to burn calories at a high rate for another 8 hours after that strength training workout. Okay. So this is what I always tell my guys to do. I would rather you do the cardio at the end. You do your strength training first, because I want you to have all the strength that you can muster to really push hard through that workout, and then just burn it the rest of the way out on the cardio. Janice, that's what you do.
Yeah, I warm up for about 10 minutes usually before, but today,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So when you do your workouts, I would prefer you really, really focus on the strength training portion of it. Here's the thing. I went in a gym this morning. Was it this morning? What is today?
it was today.
This morning. And almost every treadmill and elliptical machine was being used. There was about 4 people doing strength training. Most people really think that the cardio is really all that you need. Well, does it help you burn calories? It does. Does it help you lose weight? It does. But if you're not working out with weights and you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose muscle, especially doing all that cardio. Have you ever seen a professional cyclist with much muscle? They look skin and bones. Their arms are skinny. Now their legs have muscles, but their arms hardly nothing. They're like a stick. And that's because they're not doing any strength training. They're just on that bike constantly. And when you're doing that much, your body can't help but let go of muscle. If you give your body the option, which one to let go of first, it's going to let go of the muscle and it's going to hold on to the fat. Because when you're in a calorie deficit, your body starts thinking starvation mode. So it feels like I need to hold on to this fat. I can let this muscle go. So all of these 30-pound and 30-day gimmicks that are out there, you're going to lose about 14 pounds of muscle in that 30 pounds. Now, 14 pounds of muscle is a tremendous amount of body muscle. I don't know whether or not, to be perfectly honest, you could rebuild that much muscle in a 2-year time frame. It would take you about 2 years to build 14 pounds of muscle.
And 1 month or 2 weeks to gain 14 pounds of fat.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when you're in a deficit, 2 things are extremely important. One is getting your protein in, because that's what's going to protect your muscles from leaving. Your protein doesn't necessarily help you build muscle. It keeps you from losing it when you're trying to lose weight. It's the protector of the muscle, all right? Carbs actually help you build muscle. Carbs gives you the energy that you need to go into the gym and have the energy to really push the weight. Okay? You don't have to have a tremendous amount of carbs, but you have to have enough to fuel your body. Okay, so when you're in a deficit, protein is very important and strength training is very important. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're not strength training, you're going to the gym, you're getting on the bike, you're getting on the treadmill, you're going 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and you're leaving. And you're thinking, man, I had a great workout. Well, what you did in actuality is probably burn some muscle fiber. you have to make sure that you have some focus on muscle building.
Every day?
No, no.
Okay.
I don't ever want you working a muscle, a body part that is sore.
Right.
So if your arms are sore, you don't work those arms out again until they're not sore. When they're sore, that means that you have broken the muscle fiber down and it is trying to heal. So if you don't ever let them heal, they do not grow. Okay? So you have to let them heal where it's not sore, and then you can hit them again.
Yeah.
If you keep them torn down all the time, you're going backwards. So there's a process that you need to follow. Now, leg day can be awful. I mean, it really can. I mean, it can ruin your week, to be perfectly honest. If you overdo it on legs, you can be so sore for 4 or 5 days, you're thinking, I don't think that they're ever going to heal. I think I'm going to be sore for the rest of my life. I've been there. I know it's an awful feeling. It's an awful feeling when you have to just drop down on the commode and you can't. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's
Right.
a terrible feeling. I try not to get there. I really do. But generally, I work each body part 1 time a week. I'll do chest, I'll do arms, I'll do shoulders, I'll do back, and I'll do legs. And I try to make myself sore every single time. If you're not getting sore, then you're not breaking those muscles down far enough. All right? If you're not getting sore, then we need to discuss your workout, which means it's probably going to get harder.
You mean
Okay.
sore? Do you mean sore like miserable sore, or
No.
sore just because you feel them?
Just because you feel it.
Okay.
The miserable sore is not fun.
No.
It's not a fun part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But on occasion you can take it too far. And it's usually in the beginning. Now, once you've been in the gym for months, you can kind of tell when you've hit that limit.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to make that clear because I just noticed it today. It's at the end of January, and by this time, February, next month, the gyms will be half empty. And that's just the way it is every single year. Now, why is that? Why do people get gung-ho about getting fit, losing weight, building muscle, getting healthy for about 6 weeks? And then they're done.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of learning, and it takes a lot of time. So I think people give up.
They do give up. They give up, number one, because they're not seeing the results fast enough. The number 2 reason people give up is because, and I just totally lost track of what I was.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. The number 1 reason is it doesn't happen fast enough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The number 2 reason is their expectations of what it was going to take is different. They think it's going to be a lot easier than what it really is. So it comes back down to priorities. What is your priority?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a habit of doing this? Is this an every year thing for you? Maybe you do it several times in the year. we've had women come on and tell Allie that in that year, this was around November. In that year, they had tried over 20 different weight loss programs. And every one of them had the same result. Either they didn't lose weight, or they lost a little weight and they gained more weight back.
Mhm.
Because they, number one, they don't have the patience, they don't have the discipline, they want the results without the process, and you're not going to get the results without the process. The process is the best part about it. The process is where you learn. The result is just the finish line. It's just one little step that you take. Whatever you have in your mind that is my goal, which is always not what they think it is, especially when they think, I want to get to this number on the scale. This is my number. And 90% of the time, when they get to that number, they are not where they thought they would be. When they look in the mirror, they think, well, I don't think this is it.
Mhm.
And that's just the way people think. Because as we age, our body changes. And at one weight at 25, your body's not going to look the same at 45, at 55, at 65. It's just not. But in your mind, you think, I remember what I looked like when I was 25 at this weight. That's what I want to look like now. Well, that number on the scale could be different than what you think it's going to be. And that's why I always tell all of y'all all the time, don't get hooked on that scale. It will make you want to quit.
Mhm.
That scale will make you want to quit. I've had people put their scale in the attic until it's time for them to weigh that week. I've had family members take the scale and hide it until it's time for them to weigh, because they get on it every single day. And depending on what that number is that they see is what their attitude and mood is going to be for that day.
Mhm.
I mean, it will wreck your whole day if you let it.
Mhm.
But what I want you to realize is that there's going to be fluctuations. You may weigh a half a pound more the next day. You may weigh a pound more the next day, and you thought, oh my gosh, I did so good with my nutrition and my workout yesterday. I just knew that I was going to be down this morning. And most of the time, it doesn't work that way. Allie's the same way. She is the same way. And then she catches herself. And then I hide the scale. Excuse me. So, expectations, ladies, your expectations are not always going to be what you think they are. Your end goal is not going to be what you might think it is now. What your end goal is, this is how you know when you're at the weight that you should be at, is when you look in the mirror and you say, this is it. This is what I've been waiting on. This is exactly what I want to look like. That's
Wait.
what the scale number should be. If you woke up tomorrow, and looked in the mirror and you had the body that you'd always wanted, what difference would the number on the scale mean? It shouldn't mean anything because it's just a number. This is the number one reason why women quit. It's the number one reason, because they get a number in their mind that they think that they need to get to, and chances are that's not the number. It may be 5 pounds heavier than that. It may be 5 pounds less than that. And it could be more than that, higher or lower. That's why I always tell you, it's what you see in the mirror that should determine when you're there, not the scale weight.
Sometimes seeing it though is harder than seeing the scale go down, like seeing the change in your bodies.
Well, yeah,
It
it
doesn't
is.
seem to happen it's not as I guess.
It's not, but you know why? Because you look at yourself every single day.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. So we don't see those subtle changes. But when you do 30-day photos, 60-day, 90-day, and then you put those side by side with your very first one,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you see the difference. We were doing a Zoom call one night. This was a couple of years ago, and we had a client that she's usually real talkative, but she was real quiet this night. And Allie asked her, hey, what's going on? You're awful quiet. And she said, well, the scale hadn't moved in 3 weeks. Or she hadn't done measurements in 30 days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she was frustrated because the scale wasn't moving like she thought it should. And Allie asked her, well, how long has it been since you did your measurements? And she said, well, I haven't done them this month, but I'm due in the next couple of days. She said, I want you to go, and I want you to go. And I want you to do your measurements right now. So she was gone for about 10 minutes, and she came back. And Allie said, well, what'd you find out? She said, I'd lost 3.5 inches in my waist. Now, some of you may not think 3.5 inches is a lot. It's a huge amount.
Mm-hmm.
Take your measuring tape, put it around, go in the bathroom, put it around your waist, and then stretch it out 3.5 inches and look at how much space there is. It's a huge amount. You can stick your arm down there. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the scale didn't move but 2 or 3 pounds that month. But she had lost inches because she burned fat, she gained muscle. So don't let the scale mess with your head, okay? Stick to the process. You do your weight once a week. You do your pictures every 30 days, and you do your measurements every 30 days. Now, who's bored with their food? Raise your hand. Nobody? Dorothy's bored with her food. Okay. All right. So give me an example as to what you
Can
are.
I ask a question?
Yeah.
I can only see you. Is that how everybody else is? Like,
Yeah.
like
I don't.
I
All of
see
y'all.
myself and I see you, but I don't see any of the other ladies. And I don't hear any of the other ladies.
Well, I see them. Some of them don't show their photo.
Okay.
Okay. Some of them don't show their picture. They just either have their mic on or not.
Okay.
Okay.
All
But
right.
I see 4 of you.
Okay.
Michelle, how many people do you see? How many?
6.
You see 6.
Oh, wait, now I see her.
You have to
So-
swipe to the left, I think.
Yeah.
And then more people show up.
There should be 10 people.
Look at this. I'm learning.
Yeah, see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got plus me is 10.
Okay. Well, this is my first time ever doing this.
Oh,
so-
it is?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, where you been? Oh, never mind.
I always wait for Rob to set me up, you know. So,
Oh, okay. Well, you did a great job.
well, there we go.
All right, so let's get back to the food thing. Tell me what, are you eating the same thing every day?
I try to switch it up.
Okay. Dorothy, are you eating the same thing almost every day?
I definitely have staples that I go back to.
Okay. Are you eating a lot of chicken?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you like fish?
Mm, Somewhat.
Okay. All right.
some-
Do you
I like
like,
it when other people cook it, not me.
all right. Do you like ground turkey?
I do. I do eat ground turkey too.
What about ground chicken?
Yeah, that's good.
You know, believe it or not, I didn't think I would like ground chicken, but I really honestly think that it has better flavor than the ground turkey. But I always put seasoning in my food. Now, I don't know if y'all are or not, but you got to change it up, guys. You got to put different seasonings in there. Do a mesquite, do an old hickory, do a lemon pepper when you're doing chicken, do all kind of stuff. I don't care any kind of spicing. I don't want you using sauces like barbecue, unless it's your cheat meal, but any kind of seasoning is fine. So don't just try to eat the plain chicken. Good God.
Well, my challenge is that I don't like spicy, so I'm kind of
Okay.
limited to what
Okay.
I can and can't do. So I find myself going back to the same spices all the time.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Where are you, Dorothy?
Virginia Beach.
Okay, so you've got Kroger's, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a seasoning called chicken.
Okay.
It's a Kroger brand. It's just called chicken. It's the greatest seasoning I put it on everything.
Okay.
And I don't get tired of it, and it's not spicy. So pick up a thing of that the next time you go to the store.
Okay.
You know, when Allie and I first started, we didn't even take a cheat meal for 9 months. And we were absolutely burnt out. We hated it. I mean, it was to where we were to the point to where we just hated eating because we were eating the same thing day in, day out. And I was eating a lot of fish, and she got to where she couldn't stand the smell of the kitchen. And it just went over and over and over and over. And we burnt up 3 George Foreman grills. Burn them up. We used them so much. We were using them 2-3 times a day. And we finally realized that we didn't have to be that strict. Because if we were going to burn out on it, then everybody else was going to burn out too. I had a conversation with a client today, and she had been eating salmon and salads every day. Salmon and salad. And she was starving. Number one, because fish, your body will just demolish fish really, really quick. Fish is not a protein that will sustain you very long. Okay. And when your metabolism starts burning hotter and hotter, it's even worse than that. So about every 2 hours, she found herself really hungry. Now, two things about that. She had been on a shot for 9 months. She was coming off of that whole ordeal. And when she first came on board with us, she wasn't eating. She wasn't eating. She had no appetite, nothing. Her appetite started coming back. Her metabolism started burning. And when she said, well, I'm getting hungry throughout the day.
Are you still hungry? Here, do.
She said, I'm getting hungry during the day. That told me that her metabolism was actually coming back around, which is a good thing. But I told her, I said, you don't have to just eat fish. You can eat any kind of meat product, even red meat. Here's the thing with your meat source and your protein. 6 ounces of chicken, 6 ounces of ground turkey, 6 ounces of fish, 6 ounces of ground chicken, all have about the same amount of protein. 6 ounces of red meat, they all have about the same amount of protein, somewhere around 30 grams. The only difference in all of those is that red meat is higher in calories. So if some of you are struggling to get your calories in, then you might want to add a little red meat in there. That'll help you get the calories, but it'll keep you about the same with your protein intake. Okay?
I'm never eating 6 ounces at one time. Is everybody else? I mean, I'm staying like 3 to.
Well, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
you won't get 30, but even if it's 3 ounces, 3 ounces of any of those is going to give you about the same amount of protein.
Okay.
Except red meat. Red meat's going to give you more calorie. So if you're struggling to hit your calories, then throw some red meat in there. It's not going to hurt you. Okay? It will also hold you over till you eat again a lot better. Red meat is going to hold you better than any other thing because it takes longer for your body to digest red meat. Okay? Than it does any other meat source. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is your water intake. How's that going? Everybody. Good?
Good.
Good? 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 All right. So as everybody picks their glass up and drinks. That was funny. That was awesome. So about how much water are you getting in, Janice?
Well, I'm getting in more than the 64 that's on my app,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how much more.
It's all in clear water?
Yes.
Okay. All right, because I know I have some people that like to drink unsweet tea and coffee and
Well, I just made up some ginger water this morning, but I haven't started drinking that. But I just boil up ginger in the water, and then
does that make it easier to drink for you?
no, it just gives me a little more energy.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I water. That's my main thing.
You don't have a problem in drinking water? Okay. All right. Some do. I did. I had a problem in drinking water because I never drank it. I didn't hardly ever drink water growing up. I didn't drink water in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. So I struggled to get water in the beginning, but then I got to where I was getting a gallon in. And then I had a coach that was wanting me to get a gallon and a half a day in, and it almost killed me. I think it's too much. You can drink too much water. All right. and your body will start releasing a lot of minerals that it doesn't need to release. So 64 ounces is a good number. Anywhere between 64 and 128. I wouldn't try to go over 128, especially for women. You might start losing some minerals that your body really needs. So
that's one of the things in the app. So I've only been here 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So I know that my steps went up in the app, but the water stays the same all the time then?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once you get anywhere, I mean, you can take it up, just don't go over a gallon. 64 to 128. Anywhere in there, most of you women should be fine. Okay, now as far for men that are really heavy, they need to be taking more than that, but not you ladies.
Did it come in today?
All right, what questions do I have? Because I've kept you 7 minutes late, like I always do. And Allie, I'm surprised she hadn't sent me a text from the bedroom saying, cut it off.
I need you.
Get it off. You let these women go. You've held them long enough. She keeps me in line, even when she's sick. She's sick though. I mean, about 102, 103, which is really high, really. But
Oh, she's gonna come out and say hi?
I don't know.
I look beautiful.
You poor thing.
I'm stunning. My fever is probably down a little bit right now, so that's good. But I hit 103 and didn't want to come down. So the doctor said after COVID, it's now normal to get the flu. So you get COVID, you get better for a couple weeks, and then people are getting the flu. So I don't understand it, but I'm tired of being sick.
I bet.
Thank you, Allie, for that, because my parents have been sick since January 1st
Oh,
of
God,
COVID.
that's awful.
Mm.
So if you feel like they got the flu, then they need to go get Tamiflu right away. Don't wait.
Okay.
Yeah, they really do.
I haven't seen him since January.
Yeah, I got sick with COVID December 15th. Then I started getting better a couple weeks later, but maybe a week later. And then I got the norovirus, throwing up and diarrhea, and had another fever with that. Then I got better for a week and a half or two. And then now I got this. And she said it's normal. So stops. Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye.
I held my breath the whole time she was here. I'm just kidding.
Well, you better, because I see you in the morning. Hello.
I know.
Mars' birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got to turn in those steps.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh.
And she's upset because she's sick. And I told her, I said, we can celebrate my birthday next week. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies, I'm going to let you guys get off here. I've held you long enough. Hopefully Allie will be running and gunning in the next couple of days and she'll get back to normal. You trying to give me a kiss? And she'll be back with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Janice, I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, sir.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
birthday.
Thank you.